Whoa! Inside a bus. Not a Terminator, right? Oh, that's definitely a Terminator.
Roughest son of a bitch I ever knew. One day he went out to take a leak, and when he was out there, he just decided to blow his head off. Just like that. He fought and fought and fought for his life, then just couldn't anymore.
John is not suicidal.
He saw his mother kill a man.
Oh, it's green.
Oh! What the fuck?
I'm gonna have to ask you to get off on this floor.
Of course.
He's gonna go back inside. Right? No? Oh.
We're developing
I
a
thought it
human
was going to
interactive
jump in.
AI.
If you put it all together, why is a math book so sad? It's a riddle, a joke. A third grader told
Why
it
is
to
the
me.
computer telling jokes? Riddles?
It recognizes humor. That doesn't happen until, well, actually, some people never get a sense of humor.
Why is a math book so sad?
Because it has so many problems.
Oh. Ha ha ha.
Safe is the last thing she wants me to feel. Fear can be a good thing. On a bad day, it'll keep you alive.
Do you have bad days like that? John?
You found me outside the bunker.
When you went to take a leak and almost talked yourself into eating your gun?
Wait, you were...
I don't think I've ever thanked you for what you said that day.
I think the exact words were, your fly's open. Is there a word for what we just did?
Well, we call it sex.
A word?
Unless you were doing something else.
What we just did.
What the actual... For real?
I don't think I've ever seen anything like it.
For real?
It's for my daughter. I don't know what she loves.
Seriously, what the hell? What is her mission? She wasn't sent back by Carter. I don't think she's a Terminator, so what the hell is the deal?
You said this was a safe place, right? That I could say anything?
Oh,
That's right.
Oh god. Wait, you want to kill the therapist? Ah! 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 The sounds, the suddenness, everything. The sounds are killing me.
You wanted computer equipment. He tied us up.
What happened next?
Nothing.
You're not one of my vets. You're not a soldier. You get to be a kid.
No.
Ow! Oh! Oh no! Oh no! Give her a smile. Her heel? What? This is kind of graphic.
Once I accessed the CPU, the chip destroyed itself. This model's been redesigned.
With a self-destruct feature?
Skynet must not want me reprogramming in the future.
This is one way to stop you.
Well, I guess they're getting smarter.
Savannah seems happier. I gather you've worked hard to show her the mother she knew before her father's death.
I have, yes. But I wasn't speaking of your work with Savannah. I meant the insight you had into my project. I could use someone with your instincts on my team. Just treat it like one of your patients. You'll do
I
quite
don't
well.
want her to be involved. And the chip isn't there anymore, so they don't know.
I like the way the paper smelled. It's my most vivid memory from childhood.
What did the paper smell like?
Cow's blood.
Almost.
Why don't you start by telling me why you're here?
Oh my god. Even though I knew it, it's something different when you see it. First of all, before I do my little all over the place review, my question is to you. Did you already figure it out very quickly that it was John Connor who killed that man and not his mom? I mean, I thought it was, I guess, obvious. I mean, if I remember correctly, I was immediately like, kind of like, yeah, I think he killed that guy, not Sarah. So that's kind of my question, I guess. So yeah, feel free to answer it. I'm kind of curious. And now to my messy sort of review. So yeah, first of all, I have to say, I believe this is one of my favorite episodes. I don't know. I'm not sure if I can explain in words why, but it just, like, while I was watching it, like, I guess about midway, I really felt like, wow. Like, I don't know, I'm guessing... Okay, let me think. Why is this maybe one of my favorites? I think because, mainly because of the therapist. I think it was a nice addition. I mean, maybe it's a little bit cliche to use a therapist to get more insight into characters. I mean, it's been done before, but... You know, it's kind of worked up to this point. Like, that's what I really love so far about this show. Well, so far. Love that things are building up. It's not just suddenly like, oh, he suddenly can't deal with anything anymore. You know, like, even though it's logical with all the stuff that's happening, I kind of like in the season 2, the beginning, we already had that big catalysator. We already saw that John, you know, with cutting off his hair, with, kind of being a rebel and stuff, and I really better explain this. Like, the thing is, we really saw, like, being torn apart, not you know, dealing with this post-traumatic stress. It's been way too much, and it was very obvious to the viewer, but you could also see why Sarah wanted to be a little bit in denial. I was like, wow, Sarah, you know that he's in a lot of trouble, but, you know, they both are dealing with a lot, and she also had to deal with the fact that the son killed someone. You know, even though that I kind of figured it out that he killed that guy. Now that we know it officially, it's going to be even more interesting. But with the second rewatch, to just watch their interactions again, I kind of feel like I want to watch their one-on-one times again. I don't know. But what I also really appreciate about this episode is that, damn, I know her daughter's name, but I don't know her name again. I really have to write down names. But we call it a big bad for now, you know, the big bad for now. Before this episode, you know, I guess liked, I'm not sure if I should use the word like, but the gross over the top scenes where she was killing people, you know, that she was using a liquid form, whatever. But other than that, I wasn't really that invested. I was just like, yeah, whatever. But in this episode, I really like this bad guy. Not liking that, oh my god, she's awesome, not that, but I think it was smart to give us more, you know, let it show from her perspective a little bit more, and not just her conversations with Allison, but more her and how she has to, you know, how she's learning to see more human. Even that her daughter was like totally down. She was like, I want my old mom back, because literally her old mom is gone. It was really interesting to see like how she also had to learn how to adjust, and she also has to, educate, I guess, herself. Not only the artificial intelligence she's created, but she has to develop herself. It was really interesting to see her watch that video and be like, oh wait, so she was like touching the dad. Maybe I have to do that. Maybe I should try that touching. Okay, that sounds weird, but you know what I mean. With her daughter, and she noticed like, hey, this kind of works. Like it's interesting to see that learning pattern. I wish I could explain it better, but I don't know. I just, I think the only thing that I wish they did a little bit differently for this episode is the fight scene between Cameron and that new Terminator. It was an awesome fight, but I kind of felt like the placement could have been a little bit better, because I was like really feeling for John, and again, amazing acting. I mean, in my opinion. And then suddenly we had the, like, in my eyes, a little bit of a over the top funny scene, and then we were back to John, which was like very serious, and I was like, oh, like 1 second I'm like, and the other second I'm like, ha, and then I'm back like, like I don't know, it's a little bit awkward for me. I'd rather just stay a little bit in a certain vibe, and then we go towards the other. I don't know. I just wish they did a little bit different. But it was still also a very disgusting scene, but awesome nonetheless. Also didn't expect Sarah to go to the therapist at the ending, but I'm still worried. He's going to be involved, I guess. She asked him, the big bad. And again, I do like the scenes where he was like, oh, this is a riddle, and it's like a child, and yada yada. Like, again, it's logical that she couldn't understand that it was a joke, because she's really not, she doesn't really get humor as well. So even though I look forward to more scenes like that, it does fascinate me. I like, no, because if he stays, he's gonna die. I don't want him to die. Like, I don't know. I guess it's the actor. I don't know, but I quickly cared about him. And Derek, and I will say X, but I guess not really X. I don't know. He also has some time. First off, I wasn't really sure. I was like, okay, he has this sort of X, not X, and they have a thing. Didn't really bother me, but I wasn't really as invested in the other storylines in this episode. But then we got to reveal that he was actually talking about himself when he was talking to Sarah. He was, at the point of taking his own life. But luckily that didn't happen. Somehow I didn't see that coming. I don't know. I didn't realize he was talking about himself. That was it was really dark. It's, I don't know, it sounds really weird if I'm saying like, but it's a good storyline, but it's an important topic, and I think that he did a great job of portraying that. So yeah. I was really curious what's going to happen in the next episode, and I'm looking forward how we're going to deal with all that, especially with John again and with Sarah, the whole dynamic between all of them. Very curious to find it out. But yeah, I really, really enjoyed this episode. Yeah, I don't know, it's just one of my favorites. Alright, just leave me alone. Yeah, thank you so much for watching. Bye.